Spencer, just to start off, you guys struggled from three all game. The rebounding was also some issues. What do you make of what do you think the biggest differences were today?
I think you just said it.
Okay. I guess I answered my own question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just obviously with Joel being available before and then not being available today, and so much of your defensive game plan tailored to slowing him down, just what was the biggest difference or challenge in switching to, being so focused on him to now not having him on the floor?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a lot easier, obviously, to guard them today. I know it was a similar point total, but overall, I think, doubling MVP caliber guy and then having to fly around all game and scramble around and rotate and rotate and rotate is tough, and that's the pressure that an MVP caliber guy puts on the defense, which is completely understandable. So I'd say defensively was a little bit easier today, but the story of the series is, man, like we couldn't buy buckets, man. Like we couldn't make shots, especially from three. I mean, there's another 24%. Shooting night, and we were close to our 40-point mark, but we can't get it even fit 40%. You know what I'm saying, from three. So it is what it is.
You guys were obviously the 6th seed against the 3rd seed, and you look at some of the scores outside of the first game; they're pretty close. Are you even able to look at it like we almost won some of these games, or is it just you don't win one and that's that?
My grandmother said that close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So I don't know if anybody's in here for moral victories. But, we go into the offseason now. We're going to have meetings tomorrow and see what else unfolds. I mean, we're a team that's in a lot of transition, and we'll see what happens next.
For Spencer or Nick, you mentioned just defensively how it would be different without Embiid out there, but it just seemed like, again, you guys did a good job slowing down Harden, slowing down Maxey, but yet guys kept stepping up, whether it was Harris or whether it was Melton. How challenging was it to try to slow this team when they had so many people that could throw at you?
Yeah, it was a lot different tonight. I mean, we didn't really scout to play against them without Embiid, so they were playing a lot more free. And like you said, we did a good job slowing down Maxey and Harden, but it was just the timely rebounds and threes that Melton hit. Kind of the story of this second half of the season since we've been together. So, it is what it is. We just got to regroup and just learn from it.
Nick, I want to ask you this because you were here last year. I mean, you guys were swept then again on your home floor, but this seems so much different. I mean, last year it kind of seemed devastating. This kind of seemed like you guys stuck together. I mean, made it this far. I mean, how do you feel about, this is a group of guys that was thrown together 2 months ago. How do you feel about this?
I mean, getting swept is trash. It's not a good feeling.
Okay.
I wish we could have got a win, but you always want to look at the positives. And for this team, the organization to be put in this situation, I think that we did well finishing out the season. And like I said, we just got to regroup, figure out what pieces we'll have here next year, and keep it going.
Spencer, is 37 threes too many to attempt when Joel Embiid is not in the middle of the paint? Should you guys have attacked the basket more?
That's tough to say, right? Like, you want to stick to your style. I mean, obviously, you also want to live in the paint. You want to maximize, Nick's strengths as our anchor. So, hindsight is 20/20, but we have a style of play that, we're taught to play. So, we want to get up 43s, and by coach's standards, we missed that mark. But in the analytics game, it's layups, free throws, threes. Like that's just kind of what it is. So I'm sure if we could have shot 43s and 40 layups, he'd have been happy, and maybe not settled in the mid range as much. I don't know. I mean, but you got to read the game when you're out there. So everybody was giving max effort.
How was guarding James Harden tonight? Did you expect him to shoot more threes instead of driving more?
We just expected him to be more aggressive overall. He was going to take whatever the defense gave him. Obviously, we tried to limit threes. We tried to make him finish at the rim. When Joel's out, that's a massive amount of shot attempts and plays that are just going to free up for the other guys. And as you see, Maxey shot 20 times, Tobias shot basically 20 times, and so did James. So they really went to those guys a lot. And, for the most part, we did a good job on Maxey and Harden, and Tobias kind of got free a little bit.
Nick, I know no one's really here for moral victories, but Jock did say he was proud of the way you guys came together, given out all the changes after the trade deadline. Was there anything that you took away from this series as you look into the summer?
Definitely. I mean, I had a rough first couple of games, and then just looking myself in the mirror and figuring out ways that I could affect the game, competing at a high level. I think I learned a lot this series, and I got a lot better, and I'm looking forward to getting even better this summer and taking my game to the next level.